No,
Cool.
my chart looks beautiful.
But I'm glad. First and foremost, what she's talking about and why she was calculating these pipettes is because for those of you that like this is your first time jumping on a Zoom with me, or maybe kind of like unsure like what I'm talking about, or what that Telegram chat I dropped was on that Telegram chat that I just put in the chat. What that is, here, let me mute everyone real quick. Unmute yourself if you guys need to, but please don't be loud. So what that Telegram chat is, the one that I dropped, what that's pretty much for is that I was just showing everyone yesterday, the power of compounding your money and like how fast you could grow it. So for example, let's say you guys have $100. I think it's kind of safe to say a lot of people on this call have $100 they can put into an account. If you have you have an $100 account. If you want me to be quite honest with you guys, if you guys really want me, is this the beast mode chat? Yeah, it is. If you guys want me to be really frank with you, it's not that I don't ever recommend swing trading, or I'm not saying like don't take longer term trades, but my point is like for me personally, like the best way that I've grown money is by growing my account quick. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, once you start meeting a lot of experts out there, the ones that I personally know that trade and make pretty well, I don't really think I've ever met one that like really follow proper risk management. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying for me personally, what I'm going to be focused on and trying to help everyone on is just the power of catching 100 pips. It doesn't sound like much, but let's say you have $100 in your account and you get 100 pips a day, and let's say you trade with a dollar per pip with your 100 buck account. Congrats, now you have $200. And if you do that for 9 days straight, you'll grow your same $100 account to $1,000 in 9 days. Just go 9 days straight with 100 pips. You know what I mean? So um, to keep on going, once you have $1,000 in your account, um, let's say you do the same thing, you get your same 100 pips. That's all you're doing. But now you're just increasing your lot size. So instead of a dollar per pip, you do $10 per pip. So 100 bucks time, or I mean, 100 pips times $10 is $1,000. You know what I mean? So I shouldn't trade 0.02 on my lot size. Millie, that is up to you. For me personally, what I'm pretty much explaining here, let me share my screen so you guys can get a better example. This is not for everyone, by the way. If you guys don't feel comfortable trading like this, then don't. I just personally don't think it's a big deal. But let's say you have $100. What I'm saying is that you could grow this easily to $1,000. Oops. To 1,000 bucks in 9 days. All I have to do is go 9 days with 100 pips per day. 100 pips times a dollar per pip. How much? 100 bucks. So you're making $900. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to grow your money faster, I mean, I'm pretty big on compounding. If you've noticed my op calls and stuff that I've done before, I kind of preach on the same thing. Let's say I have $1,000, right? Do you guys want to make 10 grand? Because I would kind of be down for that. You know what I mean? I'm not sure about you guys, but let's say I want to make 10K. This is the same thing, guys. You're literally just going 9 days, going 9 days with what? 100 pips per day. You know what I mean? So if you're catching the same 100 pips times what? $10 a pip, that's $1,000 a day times 9 days, $9,000. You know? Now, what I was showing yesterday is, I mean, essentially we have to really know what we're doing. I mean, to be honest, I think we're all pretty sufficient traders on here. And if you guys need to learn some more, then I would recommend going on IML TV, learning a style that works for you. I'm going to teach everyone on the quarter theory tonight. And after that, what I would recommend is mark up your charts with the quarter theory. And then I'll tell you another way that you could trade to help perfect two styles in one. You can make this attainable. 10K. Would you believe me if this is the same ratios as 10K to 100K? You're doing the same shit. Nothing changed, to be honest. 9 days. Again, 9 days with 100 pips per day. Catching, or you have 100 pips that you're aiming for, right? Every day times what? In this case, it'd be $100 per pip. How much is that? 10,000 a day. You know what I mean? Times 9 days. Six-figure income in 9, 18, 27 days. The markets are only open 7 days, I mean 5 days a week though, so it'll take like maybe a month, I would say. Um, but first and foremost, before I even continue and move forward, do you guys type a one-on-one if you guys are actually down to do this? Because I don't want you guys to feel like you need to do this. I'm not here to show you this, but just so I like how you guys are all fitting that. Okay. At the beginning of August, yes. So I'm getting into that. You guys are so funny. Okay. So I'm gonna put the Telegram chat again. I have a chat with you guys. For a lot of you that are on there. So for those that are not in this Telegram chat, jump into this because what we're going to be doing is I'm not sending signals, by the way. That's why I've been posting about that all day and stuff, like on my Instagram and everything. I'm not sending signals. I'm not doing any of that. I already sent out like 8 of my charts that are marked up with the quarter theory, and you guys can just look at them and just use it if you need to. They're marked up. I gave you guys full access. They're private just for you guys. You know what I mean? But my whole purpose with this is just for all of us on here. I want you all to master one pair, use the quarter theory, and I want you guys to send out your biases, what you guys think is happening with the currency. Is it shooting up 80 pips? Is it shooting up 50 pips? Is it going down 50? Is it going up 250? I'm going to show you what all that means and how to do it. But my point being, I just want you guys to be more involved in this chat because if you guys are not active, if you think I'm just going to be sending signals, I'll remove you because I'm not here to like teach anybody or grow anybody's account for them. I'm here to show you guys how to do it yourself. I'm just going to be here as a crutch, and so is everyone else on this call. We're all going to be able to reach out to each other. I want to hear Tiffany, be like, hey, I think GBP is going to go up 50 pips, or I think it's going to go down 83 pips, or 250 pips, or etc. I want to hear all of you guys telling me your thoughts. So that's the most important thing. But yeah, I can see a lot of people just joined. So yeah, that's the 100 to 100K mission that I'm doing. I'm really just, oh, and I'm going to be having Zooms all the time. I just like literally, I'm probably going to just, my Zooms are unlimited. So I could just be on Zoom literally all day. And I'm just literally going to grow my account. I just need 100 pips in a day. Can everyone type a one-on-one if you think getting 100 pips a day is hard? Like just off of one pair, I've seen 100 pips move more in a day. That's off of one pair. What if you just do 4 pairs, 25 pips each? You know what I mean? 25, 25, 25, 25. I'll show you how to scalp 50, so you'll have a remainder of 25 of a surplus. So I'll show you how to do 50 pips and dip. Like that, just get 2 days or 2 trades, 50 pips and dip. That's it. Cool. So do you guys see, it's not that bad. I mean, I think it's doable, and especially if we're all going to be here to help each other. Because let's say I could only like master one pair, and I'm telling you, hey, this pair is going to move 80 pips today. Okay, that's one pair that I'm trading. What if that's Euro USD? Then maybe Tiffany can tell me GBP. Somebody else can tell me about UJ. Another person can say gold. Another person can say Euro GBP. So if everyone is involved, that's what I'm saying. If everyone's active, we could pull this shit off. Just what if 10 of us just call out 10 pips and dip? Come on, I'm gonna show you how to scalp 50 pips. You really think 10 is gonna be hard? No, we're gonna show Dr. K how to really scalp. Exactly, everyone's eating and making 100K. We're really gonna be showing everyone how to scalp and change the game. We're gonna be like our own signal room. You know what I mean? Like, I just want everybody to send whatever pips they're for sure certain. I don't care if it's 5 pips. If you know it's gonna move 5 pips, call it out. We need 100 in a day. So if everyone's doing their part, we have 34 of us. Like, I think all of us can call out like 5 pips, and that would already be 150 pips in one day. Can everyone look at a pair and call out 5 pips? I know I can. I can call it like 10. You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to teach you guys on the quarter theory. I'm going to show you the charts that I have marked up already, and I'm going to make this possible. So pretty simple. This is actually something that I learned through Magnus. Shout out to him. Ooh, Mexican peso. I would love the peso. I don't know how to do the calculate the pips in there. Once I learn though, I'm down to do the quarter theory on the peso. Like really. But yeah, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to do the quarter theory. I learned this through Magnus, hands down, like really great guy. This is really legit, and this derived from Dakota. So if you guys know who Dakota is, you know that this is how he pretty much trades. He looks at the quarter theory. You know what I mean? The sole purpose about this is just that this is what the banks use in order to trade. That's how they communicate with each other. These are levels that banks use. So I mean, who are we trying to trade with? the banks, right? That's what I've been preaching about every single off call that I do. So if we're trading just like they do, we're going to be making the same kind of moves they do. You know what I mean? So pretty simple. These are the currency pairs I have. Let's do another currency pair I was looking at that Magnus told me about, AUDCHF. So first thing I do is when I pull up a chart, we're going to do the quarter theory, like I said. So the first thing you want to do if you guys are taking notes is you're going to go on the month chart, okay? So whenever you go and look at any single chart, go on the month chart immediately. What we're going to do is get a horizontal line, and I just put it at the highest high. Okay? What I do after is I will go back and edit it, and I round to the nearest 1,000. So the fifth one, Tiffany, look, fifth one, delete, and then I round to the nearest zero. So I'll do that right there. Ooh, no, that was not what I wanted. 1.1. Oh, I guess I would have to do this on 1.800. Okay. So 1.1, what was it? 0800. Yeah. You're going to put at the highest high. Preferably try to do round numbers. If not, that's fine.
How did you get to type it?
Oh, you just double click it, or you could just like press it. I just double click it, to be honest. Like I
right click it too.
Yeah, that's all I do. You could right click it and then go to format or settings or some shit.
Okay, so format.
Yeah, or like here, let me erase it. What you could do is when you place it too. Oh yeah, no. I removed it off my settings. Yeah, no, there's some options. You know how there's like a little bar like at the top and it'll let you like change the color and change like how thick it is or whatever. This is kind of, you could do that. You could go on the settings option. And yeah, this is where you break it down to majors, minors, and quarters. Every 1,000 pips, then 500, then 250. Yep. But I break that down into more. I break that into 83 pips, and then I scalp 50. So yeah, you're kind of ahead of the game, Tyler. So yeah, I go on, double click it, change my level. What I do now is I put major. Okay, so I'm gonna write this as major. This is the major key level. This is on the month chart, remember. So price is respecting the month chart. That says a lot about that support and resistance. That's why a lot of traders end up always talking about their key levels. They're talking about like higher time frame support and resistance, in all honesty. So what you do next is from every major to every major, there's 1,000 pips in difference. So you subtract 1,000 pips. So you do 0.9800. If you don't know what 1,000 pips is, just go to the little ruler. I don't even know if I did that right. I suck at math, by the way. And you just go down 1,000 pips. See? So I did 1,000 pips. Now what I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to go Control C and then Control V, copy and paste. If you guys didn't know that, I learned that back in like, I don't know, high school. 0.9800 minus 1,000 pips. So 0.8800. Boom. Pretty strong level of resistance right here. Pretty strong level of support right here. Support right here. Resistance up here. They're pretty big levels, you know? Copy and paste it, and then I'm going to do.
Hey Jesse.
What happened?
What was the number you started at again?
It's on the right. The little bar on the right, 1.0800.
Okay, dope. All right. Sorry.
Cool. Do it again. 1,000 pips in difference. And then I'm going to do it one last time. Cool. So now you have your major zones of support and resistance. Can you guys type a 1-on-1 if you understood how I did that? Like if this made sense, just 1,000 pips down the line.
So if my first one was 196.000, what would 1,000 less than that be? 195?
196.000? No, because we don't look at the fifth one. It'd be 1.86000, and then 76 and all that going down.
Okay.
Cool. So every single time price hits a major zone, do you see how price shot down, respected this major, went back up, respected this one, and now it's going down? Mind you, this was 1,000 pips from this major down, another 1,000 pips on the way up, you know what I mean? But this is the month chart, so this might take forever. I'm not going to wait like 5 months for 1,000 pips. You're crazy. So I'm just going to break it down into smaller sections. So I get another horizontal line. I'm going to change this to different colors. So maybe I'll do like green, for example. And for the text on here, I'm going to change the name of this one. I'm going to put minor. Okay, this is the minor level. So it's in between both majors. So instead of you trying to wait 1,000 pips, break it down in half. So you're going to have every minor level 500 pips from your major. It's literally just right in between both of your majors. So if we're at 1.0800 and we went to 0.98000, we're going to add 500 or subtract 500 from this top one. So it'd be 1.3000. That's a minor level. See how price came and respected this one too? You know? We're going to do the same thing. Now, every single minor level is 1,000 pips from the minor level under it. You know what I mean? Because think about it. It's 500 from your minor to your major, and then another 500 from your major to that other minor. So it's 1,000 pips. So I just subtract it at that point. 0.9300, right? Let's see. 0.3300, and then 0.73. Okay. So major levels, minor levels, did everyone understand how I did that? Can you do that from your phone too? You can. It's just going to be more tedious. If you do it on your phone, download the TradingView app. Just so you have like more room. You know what I mean? What I do is I just chart this up on TradingView. Oh, so by the way, the way that I would recommend you is do this. If you have a laptop or somewhere you could use a computer, I would go on to tradingview.com, create an account, do all of your charts on here, then download the TradingView app on your phone, right? You log in with your same login. So you could literally, like, I could just pull up my charts that I've marked on here on my phone. You know what I mean? So while I'm trading, like while I'm out and about, like you can just create alerts on here to tell you when price is at a certain level. You could just have it alert you. Look at your TradingView. Oh, it reached my minor level or it reached my major level. You look at TradingView, you go on MetaTrader and put it in. And what I do is I just do my other trading styles that I learned through MetaTrader. You know what I mean? I don't have the quarter through on there. I'll just look at charts. I'll do my support, resistance, trend lines, fibs, and that's how I know where the price is going. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would recommend that. Did everyone see how I got to the majors and the minors so far? Does everyone see how I did that? Type of 101 if I'm good to move on. Kinda. So you want me to go over it again, Dre? I don't mind. Dre? Okay. So minor levels, pretty simple. So from every single major to major, how many pips are in between both of from one major level to the other major level? Does anyone know? Answer that if you guys know on the chat. For those of you asking, 1,000 pips from major to major. Okay. Yes. Cool. So this is the thing. What we're doing essentially is if this is 1,000 pips from your major to major, sometimes there's levels of like resistance, like right here, for example, where this green bar kind of just goes in between and goes down. There's no real level right there from your majors. That's why your minor level is 500 pips. So it's literally right in between both of your majors, which is another level of support and resistance. You know what I mean? So it's not as strong, of course, as your major levels, but it's still pretty strong. Look, it resisted here, resisted price here, resisted price here, 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 right? And then right here, down here, level of support, level of support, level of support. Do you guys see what I mean? So sometimes price will just do like a little 500 pip drop like it did here, and then it'll shoot up another 1,000 pips, right? So the way that I calculated it is I just went from 1.8000, which is my top level, and I just subtracted 500 pips. So that would be 1.03000. You know what I mean? So I just subtracted 500 pips. This is only 500 pips worth of difference, you know? And this is from 5,000 to 6,000 major, and there is 1,000 from. Yeah, for those of you that are looking at the fifth number to the right, don't look at that. It's going to confuse you. That's why, like Tiff was saying, like, oh, I understand it now. It's like if you see 1.08000, ignore the last zero. Like, don't look at that. The fifth number, forget about it. It's not even there. So it's 1.0800. 500 pips less than that is 800 minus 500, 300, you know what I mean? And then literally what you're doing is, like I said, from your major level right here to this minor is 1000, right? So from 1000 right here, or to find the next minor key, what I do is I just go 1000 pips under, because now I'm just breaking it down in increments of 500. 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. You know what I mean? So all of these are now just separated instead of 1000 pips each. Now I'm breaking it down to 500 pip increments. You know what I mean? Is that kind of making more sense? So you could either go from this major level, subtract 500, or you could just go from this minor level, which is at 1.0300, and subtract 1000 pips. It's essentially the same thing, you know? You're still going 1000 pips under, or 500 right here, you know what I mean? It's the same stuff. We're not changing anything. Did that kind of clear it up? Dre, Danny, whoever else asked? Okay, cool. I'm gonna move on, because now I'm gonna break it down even more. Okay, sweet. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So what I do is I break it down. This is what I was saying about the 250 pip moves. I put one last level on here, okay? I'm gonna go back on. We're gonna change the color of it first. That's what I usually start off with. I'll do that one, and I'll maybe this color. I don't really care. Be creative. I don't really. I don't know why I put yellow. What we're gonna put is quarter. Okay. These are your. I guess this is in between each major to minor key. So what this is just like another level of support or resistance. You know what I mean? So if you think about it from your major to minor, can you guys type how many pips that is in difference? From your major level to your minor level, how many pips was that? 500, 1000, how much? Okay, 500. So what's half of 500? 250, right? So that's literally, okay. Wow, you guys are fast. So what we're doing is we're just going 250 pips in between all of these levels. So now we would do 300 plus 250, which is 550, which I think I was actually right. I had it right on there. 1.0550. Cool. Now copy paste, and now I'm just going to subtract. You could either do 250 pips above the minor and 2 below. I usually just do every quarter is 500 pips away from each other. You know what I mean? So if this one's at 550, I subtract 500 pips. So it's at just 50. And then I subtract another 500 pips. So if it was at, okay, you guys might have to help me out here, suck at math. From your major, oh, okay. It'd be 95.50. See, if you guys think you're the only one bad at math, you're not. I don't know what the fuck I did. Okay. 0.99 no 950. Okay. 500 pips in between, so 500 less than this is 0.9050. And just keep breaking it down. I know this can be kind of tedious, guys, but this is really going to help you out in the long run. Trust me when I say that. 80, 50. Seven, 550. Oops. 7, 550. And you guys can use a ruler too to try to see how many pips it is exactly or whatever. 70, 50. Okay. So now I have my chart broken up into all these majors, quarters, minors, right? This is on the month chart. This is what it'll look like depending on whatever time frame you guys trade. 0.650. Oh, thanks, Nick. I don't know. I just figured it out. But and then Tiffany, just so you guys know, I've been charting at the same time. It helps. Yeah, see? So what time frame? Can you guys type in the chat? I just want to see what kind of time frame you guys usually trade on. Do you guys trade on the 1 hour, 4 hour, 40, like 30-minute, 15? What do you guys usually trade on? I just want to see where everyone's at. So we have scalpers, we have the 15 minutes, we have interdays, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 or 4, 1 or 4, 1 hour, everything, 5 minute down. 1 or 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes to find entries. Cool. Here, so I'll just do 1 hour. Eric, you're like me. I usually look at longer term to see where it's going. Dang, George, 1 minute and to 15 minutes is daily okay? Yeah, honestly, there's no right answer. This is just what you guys like to trade on. I don't really mind. I personally only trade on the hour, the 4 hour, and the day. I don't trade really much under that. I'll scalp if I want to. 1 minute, you're wild. I know. He's like doing binary and all that. Shoot, that's good though. So essentially, let me show you how you guys could have caught like so many pips, right? Okay. Well, I'm gonna break it down to a couple other levels, you know? So the way that I broke it down even further, should I show you guys the 50 pips in dip? Yeah, I'll show you that first. Okay. So next thing you do, I'll zoom in to, let's say, the 1 hour, right? What I'll do next is I'll draw a rectangle. Honestly, before I get into that, I'll just show you. So essentially, guys, there's how many pips we could have caught, right? So every single one of these like little horizontal lines are called session breaks, right? So this is just kind of just breaking up the market into every single day. So it tells you how much movement was within this day. This was one day, this is all today, this was the day prior to that, you know what I mean? But look, would you guys be upset if you caught from that quarter level, because you know it's a level of resistance, it resisted the price twice here and it formed a double top on top of that? Would you be upset if you would have caught this sell and caught a good, let's see how many pips this was. $119 pips? Would you guys be upset at that? And this is only in 2 days, you know what I mean? Remember, in 1 day, we're supposed to catch 100 pips. This drop right here dropped 94 pips in 1 day. You know what I mean? So if we're trying to catch these kind of moves, the pips are out there. It's a matter if we're catching them or not. Nah, pocket change. Let's say you guys would have formed or saw this double bottom forming right here. You know, how much was that shoot up? So if we would have gone and we would have seen this right here, even this small little shoot up in this day was 61 pips. We literally just got half of our goal in 1 day. If we would have let it ride for 2 days, 123 pips. Would you guys be upset to have an extra 123 pips? Why don't you use normal candles? Oh, I was looking at the Hakanashi candles. Sorry, I just like to look at them. Here, let me go back. Okay. Here, let me get rid of my MAs. Ooh. And I'll show you. I think a lot of you guys have been on my trainings before too, so it shouldn't be too complicating. Because I've showed you different ways that you could look. Maybe if you use a MACD like how I use, that's how I call out quick, easy breakouts. But essentially my point being, if you guys would have held this trade from, this was from June 6th all the way to when it hit this bottom level, 25th, 250 pips, you know what I mean? Granted, I don't really trade this pair a lot, AUD-CHF, like hardly ever. Can we go over MAs, please? Yeah, I'll go over that towards the end. But my point being is that, guys, you can make a lot of pips using this. You know what I mean? If one thing comes, like if push comes to shove and you guys don't know anything, just know that when it hits a level, it'll either reverse, right? So in this case, reverse, reverse. Now it's starting to reverse again. You know what I mean? Or what you'll notice is that it'll break through. Here, if we look at this in terms of the daily, price has kind of been stuck like around this level, but see, broke through, went back, broke through again, hit a major, reversed all the way down. You know, price is just kind of like always in between these zones. So if you look at price like in these type of zones, you'll be fine. you'll be able to see and catch a lot more pips. And don't ask like, how many pips do I hold this trade for? How many pips is this good for? Just know if it hits a level, then you know how long you're going to ride it for. 250 pips, you know, that's it. 250 pips and dip. That's a new thing. Like, so what I do is I'll scalp it into even like smaller increments. So what I do is I'll create a rectangle, and the price right here is at 0.7750, right? So what I do is I adjust this rectangle and I change price to 25 pips above that line, and then I have the bottom of the rectangle 25 pips below that line. So 75.50 plus 25 pips would be what? 75.75, right? Minus 25 pips would be 25, right? And I'll just add a bunch of zeros. If you guys have seen Christopher Derrick's like sessions on IML TV, that's how I do that. So now every single, like, from the top of this yellow rectangle to the bottom, these are 50 pips. So that's why I'm saying like we could catch 50 pip and dip moves like all the time. Example, when you know that price comes in this box in general, you'll know that one, it'll either resist like it did here, right? Or two, you know that it's going to resist somewhere in here. It's a level of support and resistance. It's pretty accurate too. This is called your hesitation zone. So I'll be referring to this a lot as my hesitation zone. So I'll show you. About 25 pips right there, 25 back down. This actually went 50 pips up, shot down another 50 pips, right? Over here, shot up, this is about like good 75, right? Shot back down, another like 75 or so. I mean, not 75, this was like a good 30 pips, I would say. Here, let's calculate that. $40 pips and dip, not bad. 40 on the way back down. Went 50 in one day, then it shot back down another 50 pips. Cool. So that just brought like a whole nother level to scalping, you know what I mean? And you do that for every single line. Honestly, I just do the ones closest to where price is current, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do every one. I personally just do this one down here. What I should have started with. Same thing, 25 pips above and below. So 7,300 would be, this one would be 75, this one would be 25. I just add a bunch of zeros. So a bunch of zeros right here, a bunch of zeros right there. Cool. Now you're taking scalping to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Another way that you could confirm trades is, for example, like the only reason I would think this is going to go on an uptrend is because if you run a quick little fib, just kind of like with my naked eye, retracement to my 61.8. I think I've taught you guys on this before. I'll go over fibs today too, but shoot up, right? Retraces 61.8, shoots back up. You know what I mean? You guys could have scalped that in a day. How much was that? From this lower level, 73.40, all the way up to about 7,400. That's 60 pips. You know what I mean? And this is just one pair. That's why I'm saying, guys, we could catch these kind of moves. We just kind of need to see where the market's going. Does anyone else see this reverse head and shoulders that's kind of forming, or is it just me? Do you guys see that? Okay, what does that signify? Where is price going to move? Somebody type in the chat. What does the head and shoulders mean? A reverse head and shoulders means up. Okay. Don't know what up means, but yeah, it means bullish movement, right? So essentially what I would look for with this, let's see, cross my neckline. It's actually retracing just like I said it would. It's giving you another op for a buy, and boom. So how do you calculate the amount of pips? Like I've told you, just go here all the way down. This is a good like 70 pips or so. So you'll just go from here above 70 pips. What a surprise. You guys see what this is up here? Isn't this another level of resistance right here? Served as resistance, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like you guys, there's pips out there to catch. We just need to catch them. Let's look at the MACD. The MACD saying the same thing, right? When this fast line goes down and this low line intersects it, it's talking about a shift of momentum. It's saying that price is going to shift from one momentum to the other. Only if it breaks the neckline though. Yeah, if it respects this level of support. You know, another way that you guys can call out this buy, I think for those that were on Kim's call, she was talking about trend lines, right? If price respects your trend lines, you're fine. You know what I mean? This isn't even showing you what else I'm going to show you guys, but do you guys see I saw a reverse head and shoulders, trend lines going on an uptrend, forming higher highs, right? Let me see another reason. If we were to draw like some sort of like here, what I would say if you guys wanted to enter, wait for this kind of counter trend. I always draw counter trend lines. Ever since I started learning about Kim trades, I kind of like the same way. A counter trend line, right? Kind of looks like a triangle in a sense too. What you'd look for is for it to break above this level. Or you guys get to look at the reverse head and shoulders and then kind of find your go-to. You know what I mean? I found so many reasons already why I would want to take this trade. A good 70 pip trade. Did everyone see what I just did? Like, I don't know. I don't even know how I got talking about that, but did that kind of see? Yeah. Okay, cool. So I didn't even show you guys the real deal. If you guys want to be able to trade even better than that, aside from all of this right here, which by the way, just keep tabs on this one. What I would look for now is does anyone know? Can anyone calculate? Can somebody go on your calculator and do 250 pips divided by 3? 250 divided by 3. How much is that?
$83.33.
Thanks, Magnus. Cool. 83 pips, right? So this is what I call the 83 pips and dip. So what I do, Magnus is already smiling because he knows I'm about to drop some bombs. From this minor level, I will put another level of support or resistance, another horizontal line. So I just go on my calculator, put 7,300 plus 83. So now I got 73.83. So I go on, I adjust this price. Right here for the text, I'm going to call this my 83 pips and dip. Okay. Coordinates, instead of this, I'm going to put 7383. Cool. Now you guys can kind of get a better idea, right? How long do you hold this for? We create another line, right? And now from 7383, I just add 83 pips more. Now we're at 7466. What a strong level it was right there too. As you can see, now in between all of these levels, from 200 pips downward, like from here to here, I just chopped it up into 83 pips each, right? That's all I did. So you catch 83 pips on the way down. You see price reversing, you could put your buy real quick. Up here, you see that, hey, it's either gonna break through and give me a good 50 pips up, or it's probably gonna go down. It gave me however many pips this is. It went down, right? Went back down, retested, gave you another chance to sell it, could have sold it. Then market felt really generous and gave you one last time to enter in 83 pips and dip. And then 2 pips and dip, 25 pips and dip. And you go back down another 25 and then 25. And you can go back up 83 pips and then gave you a head and shoulders, trended it back downward, and then it formed like a reverse head and shoulders. And back up, you know, you could like literally, you just kind of follow the market for what it is. So now, like I said, what I would do is if this price ends up reversing, right, we already looked at some good entries that we could do. Like I said, you have a couple options. You guys can wait until it crosses this line right here for reverse head and shoulders, or make sure that it respects this trend line. Wait until the next move, and if it starts moving, then you guys maybe you want to wait for it to cross this level of resistance on your 83 pip dip, because at this point it'll either go up 83 pips, or at least to this level up here that we were talking about earlier, or it'll shoot back down another 83 pips. You know what I mean? Now you just have like a better idea as to what the market's going to do ahead of time.
Yo, you see the marks in there with the session breaks, bro?
What?
You know, you see the bars, how it, like right where you are on the audio sheet from
No.
like the other night. Like when it comes, it opens in and it closes in and it comes down. Like you can see the market movement through it.
You're gonna have to point that out to me. What do you mean?
All right, so some of them we went over it like last night or whatever.
Oh, like you were talking about when it closes and then like.
How you can see, you see how you have it. It's like it's saying it perfectly. Comes in, comes down, shoots up, switches back on the hesitation zone. If you can see that on your hesitation.
Oh, yeah.
Like remember, I was looking at it too, and I was like, that's what I ended up seeing through the waves of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was all like, on the hesitation bounce out. Like if you pull back, you see the hesitation bounce out.
Mm-hmm.
Go like on the bottom left and move over one. Just move it over. Oh, I can see. Yeah, I'll do the same way. And you see that bounce and it touches your hesitation zone. You can like catch 2 times in by the next hesitation zone.
True, you could have caught 25, went back down another 25, and shot up 50.
Out to 50 on the bounce out of the trend, you go into the next quarter, keep like or your 83. That's what I was like seeing in pimping. I was like, I don't know this mathematics shit that you didn't pop out with the 83 percentile.
True.
That's what I think that's the 32 upside down 32. What? Are you at the 50 or the 32 right there from those two? That high and that low right there with the fib?
Where?
You see that high and low that you marked out with the fib and you like that right there?
Oh, right here?
Yeah. Your favorite thing. They'll go from the bigger swing, like from the back end of the fib to the high to the low
Oh,
side.
I see what you're saying. Are you calling out a short for this?
No, I'm just saying something when you already marked it. Same exact thing that you like to do. So where's that at? Okay. 38. Okay, so I was like, is it at the 38? Is it like in between 38 and 48? Okay. There you go. So that's where 60 is.
I'm going to teach you guys on Fibs tonight too, by the way. So we're talking a little bit more advanced. But yeah, does everyone see how we just how you can catch however many pips? 80 something pips. Oh, where do I put my take profit to? How many pips do I hold this for? Does this make it a lot clearer for you guys now? Did you guys need me to explain any of this again? Any of the hesitation zones? Should I show them the 15 pips and dip TIFF?
I was still trying to comprehend this 83. I'm like, I don't see how you got in on that unless you're hesitant.
I just do 250 divided by 3 because if you think about it, or 83 plus 83
take profits.
plus 83. That's it. This is just 250 pips from each of these levels split up into smaller pieces. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Which is technically another level, you know what I mean, of support or resistance. Should I show them the 30 pips and dip? Or do you guys want to learn another smaller way to scalp, or you guys good with this? Okay, I'll show you guys. So we're gonna draw one more rectangle, okay? Now the only difference is I do 15 pips above and 15 pips below, right? So I'll change this to another color so I know which one's which. I'll do maybe blue and blue. I'll change it because my other ones are those colors. I'll do green and green, and then so the top I'm gonna do 15 pips above 73.83. So 83 plus 15 is 98. 15 pips below would be 83 minus 15 would be 73.68. Cool. So now this is 15 pips above, 15 pips below. So everything in this whole box is 30 pips. So why are you guys scalping 10 pips and dip and doing that bullshit? You don't need to do that anymore. 30 pips and dip, 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 15 pips, 15, 30, 15, 15, 30, 15, 15. Actually went down even further. Do you guys see what I did there? Let's do it with this one. So this white line is right there at 74.66. So I'm going to add 15 pips to the top. So 66 plus 15 would be 76. 1 minus 15 pips would be 51. I'll run this out. And literally, there is no reason why you guys will not be able to catch 100 pips in like one day off of this. Is just one chart. Like, remember that this is just one damn chart. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the other like 20 pairs that I already have marked up. Well, 10. You know what I mean? That I have marked up aside from this. Do you guys see this? 30 pips and dip, 30, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 30. Like, do you guys see how simple this shit is now? Like, so you base your 15 pips off of the 83 pip line. Correct. So on the 83 pips and dip, you could scalp that a little bit smaller. Can we use this for gold? I believe Lucas actually has it marked up. I haven't done it on gold, but I'm going to do it on gold. So I believe so, yes. And plus GU and gold follow. Gold follows AU, it follows the euro, it follows all those pairs, mainly the Australian dollar and GBP. So essentially, if you know that you're going to go up 30 pips on one, chances are it'll go up 30 on the other two. So 15 minus 83, or 15 from the 83 level. Yeah, so you go 15 below and 15 above the whatever value the 83 pips and dip is at. You know what I mean? Did this make any sense? I'm gonna go like after I'll go over fibs now and how to confirm other shit, but did this kind of make sense so far? Can everyone like make this chart like I did? You know what I mean? Can everyone go on a random chart and do the quarter theory now? And the 83 is from your minors, right? My 83 pips is just whatever level, because every single increment from your minors to your quarters is all 250 pips. So I just got 250 divided by 3. 250 divided by 3 is 83 pips. And then if you don't want to trade and hold 83 pips worth, then scalp 30 at least. But we're not doing that 10 pips and dip shit anymore. Like, I don't care. No, we're not catching 10 pips. It works. I've doubled accounts using that before. 100 pips, like, that's all I need. Cool. But that's 10 trades. I could just do 2 or 3 I could do 3 trades for 30 pips and dip. And I already have my 100 pips, essentially. You know what I mean? I don't really need much help anymore.
For your confirmation, the funniest thing is, like, there's an extra 75% hesitation zone, like 75 pips out of there, and you like marked it right out where it's like in between.
In between it, yeah.
Right, and then you hit the numbers right where they can't like get on the other side.
You're just gonna be marking up into more zones.
Yeah, of course, I saw that. I was like, oh, he got right in between where like it's
and
right
in between this black right here is like a perfect level of support and resistance. Let's see, how many pips is that exactly? Now, Magnus, you're gonna be curious.
Nice touch. That is a definite nice touch to it.
52. 40 right here, so it has to be in between some sort of zone, guys. It's either 40 right here, 50 right here, or 40 right here. Literally. 40 pips, 40 pips, 40 pips, 40 pips, however many that is. Then you can go up 30. Like, literally, just look at the market in zones. Price is always going to fall in some sort of zone. And everyone can make this. So can everyone type a 111 if you feel confident with what we've like, what I've gone over? Is this duplicatable? I don't want you guys to like go home, or not go home, but like get off this call and not be able to do the same thing I did. Okay. All right. This was pretty simple. You know what I mean? Let me publish this. ADCHF quarter theory. So if you guys are on that group chat, the Telegram, I have all of my charts already, the ones that I've marked up, already sent on there. Yeah, essentially you guys can just look at my charts, compare numbers, and copy them if you need to. Yeah, that's about all I have to do with the quarter theory. So now I'll go over the one that I posted on earlier, the Telegram. Here, I'll post it once again. that one. So if you're on this Telegram, I sent out all of my charts already on there. I'm not sending my charts out to everyone. I'm not here to like babysit. But if we're going to make 100 pips in a day, I'm going to be busy a lot of times too. You know what I mean? So I'm going to expect like some people to be like, hey, there's a good 40 pips to catch here, a good 30 to catch here. You know, this pair shot me 20. This one gave me, you know what I mean? I want to hear what you guys think is happening to what pairs. If you see, I already have all of my pairs here on the side. You can see it, Jeff. I'll add that one since we just did it. GBP, same thing. I haven't done the 50 or the 30, but going up. Euro, it's already in my zone. I'm actually trying to scalp it, 50 pips, or however many is left. AUD is probably gonna go back. I could scalp this a good 30 pips when it gets into my zone. I could draw it out, of course. UJ, I just have to draw another zone right here for my 30 pips, and then I'll scalp it another 30. Euro NZD, you could scalp it a good like 15 up, and then in between is like a good, what, 40 pips, I think Magnus said, or we looked at. So you could scalp it another 40, essentially 70 pips, or if it goes down, you know, you'll know what's going to happen. Euro Audi is currently shooting up. I think I'm actually in that trade, double bottom right here. I don't remember. Either way, you guys get my point. I have all of these charts marked up. It's pretty simple to start trading now, you know what I mean? And this is not like using whatever type of Confluence that you guys use aside from this. How many pips are in the quarter square? So on any of your major, minors, or quarter levels, there's 50 pips. So there's 25 down, 25 up. For your 83 pips in dip, all of these are just 15 up and 15 down. Quick question, is there any way to save the quarter theory, or do you just lay it out again? No, all these are saved. These are saved onto like my account. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. I marked these up on my laptop. And then what I'll do is like I have TradingView on my phone. So I just downloaded TradingView. I logged in on my TradingView account from my laptop on here. So I could just literally look at my charts during the day. Oh, it reached my zone, sell. Oh, it did. I did reach my other zone, buy. You know what I mean? You could already know what's happening. You don't have to chart up all the time. You have the pro version of TradingView? No, I don't. I probably should get it. But yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna go over fibs now just to kind of explain that. I guess I'll just show you guys on the same chart. Let me look up a random pair. So what fibs do, I think I've gone over them before. These just measure, I guess like, well, this just measures the probability of a trend. So pretty simple with like a fib, for example. Let's say I were to look at like this trend up here, you know what I mean? And I wanted to know if this trend was going to continue, you know? Or actually what I'll do, I think I've taught you guys on Elliott waves before. This kind of looks like an Elliott. We'll look at this wave first. All right, so we want to know where this trend is going. We want to know where this is going. Whatever happened over here never happened, okay? Ignore this. So what we'll do is we'll measure this. If we're going on an uptrend, we start at the bottom. We go up. I put it to the highest high right there. And this is what I tell everyone. You get a rectangle immediately, and what you're going to do is put a rectangle in between your 50 to 61.8. Okay? The only reason why I say that is because this is the trade, this is the, I guess that's the amount of pullback or the zones that I currently trade off of. I don't really like to trade off of the 38 or the 78. So what happens is with any sort of trend, right? If we're going on a strong uptrend, does the market ever move in straight lines? No. So whenever there's going to be a trend, right, and we see a shoot up, what are we going to expect next? Can somebody type that in the chat? If we would have saw that spike up, if for this to continue to go up, what would we need? What's one of our confirmations that I've told you about constantly? Pull back. There you go, right? So for this to continue a trend, it needs to pull back. So that's what a fib measures. Like that measures the amount of pullback there is for it to continue your trend. It's just another way for you to pretty much the market to respect you. You know what I mean? So a fib, long story short, I'm not going to explain the whole psychology about it, but it's just something that we use for nature itself. It's like how the whole universe is formed. You know what I mean? So we use fib for essentially everything. So what this does is, like I said, if we would have seen this shoot up, I look for some sort of retracement in between my 50 to 61.8, which I've showed you the Elliott wave before. What happens? It'll shoot up, right? So what you do is you look at these same levels in your fib as your take profits. Now, if I see a retracement to my 50 to 61.8, which is where my rectangle's at, I will shoot for my 127. And did it shoot all the way to my 127%? Yes, right? It hit my take profit. Now, you could use different zones. A lot of people will use their 23.6 as a take profit. Works for me. Some people use a 38. Some people use 0. You know what I mean? You choose it. But for a retracement like this, any retracement to your 50 to 61.8, you'll notice that it'll hit your negative 27 pretty like quick. You know what I mean? Now, if you look at any kind of other retracements, like your 38, or if it hits your 23, I don't really trade them, but more than likely it may. I don't really trade them. So don't ask me. But I've never really traded them, actually. I just always traded 50 to 61.8. I don't know unless it's a pattern. Magnus, stop laughing.
I can't enjoy myself.
No, that was just funny, though. You're making me laugh. Did you guys see what I did with the fib? Let's measure downtrend, though. Watch, I'm going to show you an example of a 38. I don't like it, but whatever. So Magnus can't make fun of me anymore.
What happened? Oh no,
We would have started from this. I'm just messing with you. Let's say we would have started
the sweet spot.
Let's say we would have spotted this shoot down, right? For a shoot down, we're going to expect a pullback, right? So I'm going to start up for my highest high, drag it down. Oh, see, it didn't even touch my 38. Oops. Got close. Kind of close. Up here, it hit your 23. Did it still hit your negative 27%? Yep. Got back up. You know what I mean? Now I gave you, what did it hit after this? Let's drag this out a little bit further.
All right, and hit that 31 right quick for me, and then remove that line. That's it.
Wait, what?
No, I'm looking at the spikes.
What are you looking at?
Like the quick shoot down with the 31 in the head and shoulders.
Where is the rectangle on trading view? The rectangle is this one here. It'll have a little brush on the side. You right click it and go to rectangle. It's to the left. What is to the left? What are we looking at again, Magnus?
Your zones.
My fib?
I am looking at that too. But put a line at the 31.8 right now, just like, and that's exactly where the price is at off of your fib. But then take your fib away, since you know that that's a 38.1. And look at that line.
Level of support. Do you guys see it?
But look at the market structure. That's the exact market structure level.
For a sell.
For opposites, you can see where it's either up or down. You see how it's like if it's on that.
Yeah. And then, or at least up here.
Yeah, that's how you can catch it.
But yeah, you could either get a quick little buy, or you could short it all the way to down here.
So I guess you can start testing at the 38%, and that'll maybe the market structure exactly opposite compared to.
Something's about to happen. It's about to break my trend line, or it's going to respect the hell out of it. Whatever it decides to do.
4 hour too. Yeah.
It is on the one. Let me know, gold, because you could catch some pips doing this. Let's see how many pips this would be.
That's the move. That's the opposite of the move I'm in right now. That's how I can see it.
50 pips. Wait, yeah, 50.
That was my first take profit level. So it would be a good buy.
67 down here. But, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got totally off tangent. See, this is why I need to stop starting. Did you guys see how I round that fib, though? You just look at different zones for retracement. So let's say I could kind of just, like, see a 61, like, with my bare eye. Let's say, like, this shoot down right here. None of this happened. Run your fib from the highest high, lowest low, follow the trend. What a surprise. Where did it hit? Jesse's favorite zone, my 50 to 61.8, right? Reject, reject, hit your negative 27. Now, if we would have seen this break through, we would have ran it to the next one down here. If you guys have seen Forex Chick, that's literally all she does. Shoots down, hits your negative 27, pulls back, and it breaks past your negative 27. How long do you hold it for? Right at your 261. Boom, it respects it perfectly. Taps it, it wicked it, and it's out. Went back up, then it retested once again, shot back down, you know what I mean? And at this point, you can just run a new fib down here, kind of like we did. Same thing, next hits your negative 27%. Now it's making its way back up.
That's great.
So how do you know where and when to start to draw the fib? I do whenever there's a breakout, like example, this uptrend right here. Like I could just run a fib from this lowest low to the highest high, right? And then from this point, it's retracing like this. This could be what's called the shallow retracement. If it does, that's what Magnus was saying. It could either shoot here and then, I mean, it looks as if it might have a chance to shoot up. You know what I mean? Or it might just decide to shoot up to your 0%, which is just its previous support or resistance. So that's how you would draw it, or it could retrace a little bit further. It might retrace to your 50 and then decide to shoot up. You know what I mean? You could do that. It's just, you just keep it on there and you see where it retraces to. Can you draw it like that? Draw it like you were doing a new trade. What are the good levels in SL? It's the same thing, 50 to 61.8. That's the first thing I do on any single time I draw a fib. I just draw this 50 to 61.8. And if it doesn't hit it, I usually don't trade it, you know? Or I don't, that's not a confirmation at least, you know? I don't consider that one. Oh, it hit my 38%. I don't care. I don't trade it like that. So I don't view it as a confirmation. I'll just look for other reasons. Maybe it's just respecting my trend line and that's how I know it's going to go up. Like, I don't know, like, I just get creative. Which for the most part, it seems like it already broke it. In a sell, like I said, you just follow the trend. So if it makes it easier for you, like let's say we're looking at a random pair like USD CAD. I don't trade this, by the way. Damn, I didn't mark this up. Whatever. Okay. So first thing that I do, like I said, is just draw a line. You just like, what are you trying to measure, you know? Are you trying to measure like this downtrend and you want to see if it's going to continue to go down? Like, what's your bias on this? So let's say I'm like, oh, hey, like I think this is going to shoot down. Kind of like what happened right here. At this highest high, you just draw the trend like this. If you guys don't remember what price relations are, just copy and paste it. It's literally just the same distance. Like it's the same trend, and look what happened here. Same thing, you know what I mean? Like that's how you can kind of get an idea where the market's moving. Now you draw your trend, highest high, lowest low, comes back, pulls back, shoots down. Now do another. You know what I mean? I would draw or I would erase the first one, of course. But in this case, what I would do to kind of measure this, if price came in between your 50 to 38, chances are it's going to do the same thing again because price is pretty repetitive. If it decides to go on a downtrend at least. Because remember, there's going to be some degree of pullback, so I'll do the same thing. Depending on whatever zone you're looking at. Draw another rectangle. Well, now we know, like, okay, if price does this, we know what we're going to do. We're going to short it to our negative 27. Another way that you could, like, be assured of this, going on a downtrend, just draw a trend line and then just make sure it doesn't break it.
ATR.
If it doesn't break your trend line, you're good. You know what I mean? That's how I would mark up, like, my fib. Did that kind of make sense? Sorry, excuse me. Did that kind of make sense, guys? What I look for in a fib, essentially me, I look for 50 to 61.8. But you can just look at like the past, see what it did. All right, is there anything you guys want me to go over? Like, what is it that you guys have any questions for? Other than that, I mean, I don't have anything unless you guys want me to go over anything in particular. I'll leave that on there. I want to see if I'm right. Bro, what's good, Raymond? If you're done, I will start basics. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I mean, unless you guys have any requests. I don't know if it's important. Well, ask. Good sesh, bro. Thanks, man. But the stock, oh, the stochastic. Oh yeah, you could add that on if you want to. Add whatever indicators you guys like. Stochastic. Did you want me to go over it, or did you want me to like explain how that helps? Like, Raymond, did you need help with it? Oh yeah, most definitely. Look, what is the stochastic saying? Price is moving up, right? What are we calling out for this right here? We're saying USD CAD is gonna go up. Let's look at, well, I don't know what the news are like. Is it a good one to use? I remember did a training on it, but I came in too late. Yeah, the stochastic just tells you where price gets oversold or overbought at. So what I would look for, I mean, it looks like a major sell zone would be like maybe right here. So what I would look for in this on the stochastic is I would wait for price to get overbought up here. You see the crossover between the blue and the red. When the blue crosses the red down, sell. When the blue crosses the red on the way up, buy. I mean, the price always stays in between here. That's kind of like the zones we're showing you, like with the quarter theory. You only look at the 1 hour. No, I chart on like every time chart. It's just that I happen to be charting right now on the 1 hour. Did you need help with like, Jesse, where can you find this in other recordings? I have a couple saved on my phone. I'll just post them on the chat. This one's recorded, so I'll post it on the chat in a little bit. But other than that, I don't have anything else to go over. You guys are free to go. For those of you that want to stay on and have any questions with indicators or something, I could help you out. Put it on your YouTube. Yeah, I got you. So I'm going to put it. So any tips to enter the trades? I mean, yeah, so you guys could just teach me that real quick. Let's say like, I don't know, we're looking at the 5 minute for like all these scalpers. Like these super scalpers at least, because I don't do that. God only knows. Essentially, all I would do with this, let's say I were to like want to call out like any sort of trade, what I would do is I have 4 confirmations. Let's see. My first one is a trend. Second one is support and resistance. My third one is pullback. My fourth one is price reversals. These are just like basic ones if you want to like jump in on a quick little trade. Like I don't really just look at this because we all know that I look at it a lot easier. I just look at support, resistance, and fibs. So let's say we were to call out like that buy. Let's say you got like, I don't know, you figured out that it was going to shoot up. Like I don't know, like maybe right there. First thing I look for is the overall trend, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but overall it is trending upward, you know, even though it's not exponentially shooting up, it's still going up. One thing that I would do is draw your support and resistance. So let's see, resistance, resistance, boom. What I would look for is pullback. So even if you guys were to run a fib, right? Lowest low, highest high, retraces in between my 50 to 61.8. That's my pullback, right? And what I would do is draw a price reversal. That's essentially what we're doing with the rectangle. So I would just go, draw my little rectangle, and every single time price hits this little rectangle, price reverses somehow. Goes down, goes up, and then goes down, up, you know, and then decides to go up again. This is a major price reversal zone. If you drag this forward, chances are it's going to be the same thing. Price is going to be reversed in some way, shape, or form. Got reversed here, and here. You know what I mean? So just by me looking at these little zones right here, trend, support, resistance, pullback, and a price reversal, I could get a better idea as to where the market's going to move. That's how I would jump in on trades. Those would be like my confirmations. With pullback, of course, I use a fib, but harmonic scanner is good too. Honestly, if I see a trade, to see if the trade is going to enter. Yeah. Tip number one, wait for pullback. Yes, please wait for pullback. If you see a move already happened, don't chase after it. Don't do it. How come you usually draw the price reversal there? Because when I know there's a retracement in between my 50 to 61.8 and the reverses, I know it's going to shoot my negative 27 a lot faster. Did it shoot all the way at my negative 27? Kind of close. You know what I mean? You get a better idea. But yeah, any questions other than that? We're good? Okay, other than that, guys, I don't really have anything. Unless you guys have anything.
I was gonna see your fib levels again.
Mm-hmm.
Your fib levels again. Like which ones did you
What
do
do
you
you,
have? Like your fib levels?
oh, you want to see my fib levels?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys should screenshot them if you want them. I'll actually turn on a couple more.
That probably.
Oh, I don't want this one. Negative
Yeah.
1.6. All right, no worries, Andres. All right, Tiff, it was good seeing you. Where will this be posted? I'll post it on all the telegrams. Other than that, yeah, you guys can screenshot my settings, my fibs. This is what I use. Um, and yeah, I don't really got anything else. Is everyone good? Did everyone understand? Is everyone going to help me with my journey to get 100 pips a day? We're good, because if you guys aren't active on there, I'm removing you. I'm not going to give you free trades. It doesn't work that way. If I'm scalping and making like 100 pips a day, y'all better be included in this and tell me your bias, because I'm not going to look at 10 charts a day. If so, I'll just do the pips on my own and I won't call them out. Thanks, Jesse. Let's do it. Alrighty, guys. Well, mark up your charts, mark up a couple of your pairs with the quarter theory, and then share them with us, or just let us know, like, hey, this is what mine looks like. I'm in. Let's get that 100 to 100. Okay, let's fucking do it. Like, I'm down. I'm tired of like seeing all these other like good ass teams. We're probably better, you know, and we know we've been learning a lot more. We're more unified, so I know we can do it. So, other than that, guys, I'm going to end this meeting. Tiffany's going to train on basics. If you need any help with basics, or if you have any newbies, put them on. And yeah, let's get it. I'm gonna start having Zooms open like almost every other day, starting August 1st. That's when we're starting. So yeah, I'll post this on the chat. Sound good? We're good. Alrighty, guys. Peace out.